So, hope you guys have been keeping up with us. And this video will probably be up late because there's been a lot of stuff going on in the house. So, we had to take care of business.
A lot of shit. Literally.
So, you know, it is what it is. Happy Easter to everyone. Happy Resurrection Day, whatever you want to call it. You know.
Just another day to me.
Yeah. He brought up not celebrating nothing. So.
And even if I did, just another day to me.
All right. So, like I said, hope you guys have been keeping up. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you press that bell to keep connected with us, and so you'll get notified when all the new stuff come up, everything.
Also, it's like 2 a.m, and she decided she wants to do a video and shit.
Why you gotta tell them that though?
Because I look tired as fuck. Can you see it in my eyes? I can see it in my eyes. Look at this shit. The nigga got bags, bruh.
Yeah, I'm tired too.
I can't put makeup on, so, you know.
I didn't want to waste this. Like, why would I waste it? No? Well, what really took us really long was trying to set it up. Ew. Set up, why would he be so rude? Set up a better lighting and all that. We're trying to figure it out still because of the white background, and it is what it is. So, excuse us if this looks a little different or weird than it normally does. There
we go. Get comfy.
I don't want to be all up on you.
Shut your ass up.
Anyway, so make sure you guys subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you follow us.
Butt.
Why are you telling them our business? Make sure you guys follow both of us on Instagram, Twitter. I have a Snapchat. He doesn't have Snapchat. Follow him on.
I don't need none of them gay ass filters.
I love the filters. Follow him. Where else? Make sure you download his music off of SoundCloud. See, I got you. I don't know about his Facebook. I mean, he's been up there lately. But
I'm up there more than I'm on Twitter.
Yeah, but I don't think he has room for anybody. But
actually, I've been deleting a lot of people.
Well, yeah, he should have.
I got about 33 more slots left.
So you may be the lucky one. So I guess you can follow him. I'll put that up there as well, and down below. And that's it, right?
Let's get to the gist of the shit.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, yeah, you see that?
So about the dirt that she dragged me up here to exploit.
He comes. Y'all don't understand. He comes up with the ideas, and I did this purposely because I would rather him come up with his own ideas of what we're going to talk about. If
don't make a difference to me.
I mean, don't make a difference to me, but I want to make sure he's comfortable with
I'm always
talking
comfortable
about it.
You the one that got to be comfortable, sensitive ass. Exactly.
I'm cute though. Anyway, so all right.
Come on.
Anyway, so this is gonna be a long story, so we might have to continue at the end. I don't know yet, but we'll see. But
she remembers a lot of details.
Yes, I do, honey. All for you, honey. No.
That shit.
So anyway, I don't know what the call is. I guess you'll see when it's up there because we'll figure it out. Because that's usually how it works. We'll say something and then it'll be some name, something totally
different. The time
different.
we broke up and dated other people.
It's part of it.
I guess.
That's part of it. So we dated others. Put it like that. Dating others. While living in the same household. At that. And this was before we had harmony. So Melody was about...
That led up to us having harmony. Get your girl back. Impregnate her. All right, go ahead. Start
You know what? Anyway, Mel was what? She had to be about... No, she was a baby still. A really little baby. She was a really little baby. Like, she was so cute and chubby.
Ay, bendito.
Sometimes I have baby fever, but then again, I don't. So, but... Yeah, so pretty much, like I said, we broke up. He was into his music, into hanging out with his boys and all that other stuff. We broke up, exactly. Boys, that means thoughts and hoes and everybody else. So, anyway, so we were broken up, and like, when I say I hated him, I secretly loved him, but I hated him. I hated that I loved him, put it like that. I could be real about it. I hated that I loved him so much. And
just a lovable guy.
No. You want to know why I hated that I loved him? I hated that I loved him because he really, 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 really hurt my feelings all the time. Really. Yes, really, 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 really hurt me. So I hated that I love him, and I used to tell him I hate him, which I don't use those words. I don't take those words lightly, but when I say I wanted to like hurt him and I stayed away from him, when I say I stayed away from him, I literally stayed away from him. I would sleep somewhere else to be away from him because he was just a pathological liar and everything.
I didn't lie about shit.
He lied.
I omitted the truth
Eventually.
On several occasions. I did not lie.
If y'all believe that, then y'all just as dumb as I was.
She said it first, yo.
Look, I already know. I already said it on Facebook too, but I need to get a Facebook page for y'all specifically, but I just have a Facebook page for my family. But I already said it. Like, I know people are going to judge me, and it is what it is. I'm not here to do it for you, that person, or that person. I'm here to do it for us, and that's really it. I'm real with myself, and I'm pretty sure most people can relate to almost every situation that we talk about. And it is what it is. Like, at least we're real about it. And we really don't give a fuck whether you judge or not. So, I'm just here to spread the love and spread the word and actually
I'm just here to spread my loins.
He forever messes up something. Like, it never fails. He does this
all
all
right,
the
man,
time.
start the story, damn it.
Even off camera. But, so yeah, we were both dating two separate people. I was dating somebody that I got acquainted with at work. And,
rule number 1 that she broke. Keep business and pleasure completely separated.
I mean...
Thanks, Mr. Wallace.
Okay. Anyway, so, somebody I met at work or whatever, and he started dating someone he met through a friend, right? So,
a friend that didn't want me messing with them in the first place.
That's usually how it happens anyway. Usually it's like secretly don't want it.
You like Rob? You talking to Rob? Don't do it.
Anyway, so yeah.
In hindsight, it was good advice. Now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Continue.
Anyway, so yeah, we were both dating somebody else. I had my own situation. He had his own situation. Mind you, we're still living together. And at this time, I would not sleep there. I would do my best not to sleep there. If I had to sleep there, it was what it was. Like, we weren't really speaking. We spoke because we were good at co-parenting. That's one thing we always have been good at. If I wasn't sleeping there on Sundays, on his days off, he made sure he came and got his child, spent time with his child. and I went on my dates. And, you know, it was what it was. We didn't speak about who we were dating or whatever. We kind of kept that really private at first. Until someone spills pictures on, oh, I know what it was. The first time I seen the picture on his Twitter account. It was the picture, you know, that account picture that I saw that, yeah, I guess this was the Abby, whatever.
I did make the first step.
He posted him and old girl, and I was pissed. He got my attention at this point, and not that I was pissed. I was more
surprise.
Yeah, it was like a surprise, and it was like I already knew he was talking to somebody, but
because I was staying the night out. All
it
the time,
was
so.
what it was. Well, I wasn't there to know, but it was what it was. Not all the time. At that time, no. So okay. It was what it was, and you know, I didn't care. But my problem with it was I never made it public to our family. Mind you, you know, everybody's on Twitter.
Pretty much my family is on Facebook, and that's the difference. Twitter is
but family was on people. Twitter too, because when I say cousins was calling out the woodworks like, who the fuck is this bitch? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So I go look, and I'm like, okay. So I call him. Now I'm pissed. Now you got the right motherfucker attention. What the fuck is going on?
She pissed. Then just 3 minutes ago, she said, oh, we were dating. I had mine, and I was like barely there, this and that. Now you see a picture, you mad?
Like I said, It was the thing. It was the public thing. Of course, that was the problem. The problem for me was it was public, and I've never disrespected him in a public way. So, you know.
That was disrespectful?
To me, it was disrespectful because, you know.
You see woman logic?
It was
woman logic?
The reason why.
She want to be out, being a little thotty with her little boo. And then when she see a picture of me with my boo, then all of a sudden, it's disrespect.
To me,
I don't think she know the meaning of disrespect.
Whatever. To me, it was disrespectful, like I said, because we had not discussed whether we were going to make it public that we were seeing other people or not. As to everyone else's knowledge besides our friends, he had a little bit more friends than I did at that time. Besides our friends knew that we weren't together. Everybody else knew, to their knowledge, we were together. Even on, you know how it says pretty much where you at or whatever, and usually you put your little mate under it. It still said with Rob Get It. So to see him with another girl on the thing, that just looks real fishy. And of course, I'm going to get the phone calls. Okay.
Ain't my fault you was false advertising.
You still had my name up there too, honey.
I had a picture up there with somebody else though. Honey.
Anyway, so we, you know, that was the problem. So I ended up taking his name off of everything or whatever, or trying to. On Twitter I did, or whatever. Facebook, that was more family, so I didn't really touch it. I just left it alone. Didn't want nobody really hit me up or whatever.
I hid mine.
Okay, so a couple weeks, maybe not even a week or whatever, but couple days or so later.
Look at her face.
Oh, girl.
It still hits a nerve.
Yeah, it does. I'm not gonna lie, it does. But old girl put, I don't want to say anybody's name. Old girl puts,
Old girl sounds derogatory. Just say, like, she, or, then there's somebody else. She, or whatever.
Okay, well, she, her.
Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, girl.
He's so ugly. Anyway, she puts a picture up, and I'm guessing she's clueless as to what's going on at home. I thought she knew, but come to find out, she didn't really know much of
what was
anything.
What was there for her to know?
That we lived together.
Oh, she knew that.
Okay. She didn't know that from the beginning. In the beginning, anyway. Eventually, she did. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She didn't know
tomato.
It's not the same thing. she didn't know anything really at all. She just knew that he had a child and, of course, a baby mama. But she ain't know that we were still living in the same household. We were literally just together and all that other stuff. She didn't know much of anything, so I couldn't blame her. And I didn't, so she ended up putting a picture up of them two at a pool party.
No, he was at the beach. Yeah, that was the beach.
The one I saw on your Twitter was from a pool party. That's what it was. Yeah.
But that ain't the picture that she put up.
No, I know. That's why I'm getting confused. I'm just saying
that wasn't
which
a pool
one.
Party. It was a video shoot.
Okay, so yeah, but she put a picture up of them two, and from their night out or whatever, and here we go again. Get the phone calls.
And why all of y'all just be stalking me?
Nobody's stalking you. You have to understand when you have when you have a baby.
What is this? Mind your business.
Usually, when people don't know that, people
call
don't know
me,
the business.
ask me. Especially if you my family. Call me, ask me.
Listen,
I'll tell you. I'll let you know.
Whatever. Anyway, so it's just a lot. Getting the phone calls or whatever. So I call him now. I'm calling him because now family knows, like other family knows. And I'm just I
untag myself with the swiftness.
Sure did. And he's like, yes. I call him. He goes, I say, this is what I said because I was not necessarily being sarcastic. I wasn't being all the way sarcastic, maybe just a little bit, but I wasn't all the way being sarcastic. I was honest about it or whatever, how I felt. And, I said, I see you went out with a little cute girl, is what I said. That's she cute. And he's like, I'm not dating her. I'm not dating. Like, I told her to take that down. It ain't that. I said, I know you dating her. You ain't got to lie. He like, I'm not lying. Like, I already told her to take it down. It shouldn't even been up. It ain't that. Like, you never... He hits me with you never know what's going to happen in the future. He was good with those lines. You never know. He said it so many times. You never know what's going to happen in the future or whatever.
Truth. You never know.
Whatever.
One never know.
Pretty much he was trying to keep me in the mix while still doing his own thing. So that's what that was. So... you never know what's going to happen in the future. I'm not dating anybody or whatever. She's nobody to me.
Look at all the hand gestures. She just finicky.
It's keeping me from slapping your ass. How about that?
No. Nobody worry about that shit.
Oh.
Headbutt you right off that stool.
Go ahead with your thick ass skull. Anyway, so yeah. So he hit me with all of it. I'm like, you know what, brother? Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't have time for this. I'm taking all that shit down. I don't have time for this. I really fucking hate you. I was like, really? I really fucking hate you. He's like, you don't hate me. You shouldn't say that. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I really fucking hate you. Like, you just have no respect for us or whatever. But it's cool. We're going to continue to be...
All the while stroking another penis.
I wasn't at that time. We're going to continue to co-parent as we do. It is what it is or whatever. And at this time, I wasn't doing anything with anybody yet. Yes, eventually I did. I won't lie about that. So, in the meantime, while he's dating her, I'm dating him. So, it was a guy that I met, like I said, at work or whatever, and we kind of I wasn't looking for nothing or whatever, but a lot of people was, just come up to talk to me. I was new at my job at that time, and
she was just giving
he was a manager. Willy-nilly. That is a lie, because that was the only person I gave my number out to.
That's a lie. Look at you calling me a liar on camera.
That was the only person I gave my number out to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at that time. Oh, yeah? Like I said.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? So at the same time? You know what? Never mind. I'm going to let her just lie to y'all.
I'm not lying.
Upkeep your innocent image.
I'm not. I don't have nothing to hide. You have something you want to add in? Go ahead. I have no problems.
Okay, so the other guy you stayed the night at, you didn't have his number? He didn't get your number?
You're bringing up different times.
It's not different times. That's in the same time frame.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
Okay.
So, like I said, at that time, I just got there, and we're broken up.
Women are good for that. At that time, at this time, and that time.
And anyway, he always thinks he's correct and he's wrong. I gave my number to that one guy. We had a lot in common. We talked or whatever. He was going through his whole thing with his baby mama and stuff like that or whatever. And I wasn't looking for, anything.
Gotcha. I'm going through the same thing with my baby mama.
Well, I didn't speak on I didn't talk to him about my stuff first. He started talking to me about his. And I was quiet at first until we started to actually talk, and he asked me for my Facebook, and I gave it to him. And we were messaging, and then eventually he got my number.
Such a gentleman.
So that's how that came out. Other than that, it wasn't at work I gave him my number. It wasn't like that. It was Facebook. I gave him my Facebook. He messaged me, and that's where it went from there. We were literally just pretty much getting to know each other, and that was really it until it was sprung on that he liked me. And I was like, oh, okay. I told him the situation. And I was, he was like, okay, if you want to be friends, you're friends. If not, whatever, pretty much. And we were cool. He was a gentleman. He was, obviously, I wanted to be with him, but he wanted to do him. So, I just wanted somebody to talk to.
So a shoulder to lean on became a penis to ride on, as the saying goes. Men,
I've never heard
watch
that
shit. Oh, no. You niggas know. Shoulder to cry on becomes a dick to ride on.
I guess. Mm-hmm. Whatever you call it. But, so.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, we became cool, whatever, and then we started talking and hanging out after work and, going to get things, going to the diner after work, eating, just chit-chatting or whatever. And, yes, eventually, we did end up sleeping together. Eventually. So, with all of that, he got his thing going on, I got my thing going on. We are literally just pretty much doing our own thing.
And nobody believed me. Nobody believed me. Oh, you living with your baby mother? Oh, no, y'all still fucking y'all this and that.
And we really weren't at all at that time. At that time, we weren't. And then, of course, I guess she found out about me, or I don't remember. I'm not sure how that went. But no, you know what? Living there? I guess that too. But you know what? It was around Father's Day. I remember this. It was around Father's Day. I ended up finding out. Oh, I know what it was. Pretty much, I tweeted something or I retweeted something or whatever. And Rob, knowing me, he's like, well, pretty much it was about oral sex. Like that. It was about oral sex. And Rob, knowing me, I didn't know how to do it at that time. So he texted me like, you just tweeted something that I know you don't do. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just because I tweeted it, or I can't agree with it just because I don't know how to do it? He's like, nah, I know you. Like, so you gave this nigga head or something? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I know you, so you gave this nigga head? And I'm like, I returned a favor? He's like, oh, really? Oh, okay.
Ooh, I went through the roof on that one.
Yeah.
Most niggas gonna be like, that's a no-no. That's a deal breaker right there. It ain't even about, did you fuck him? Did you get that nigga head? And then you know what? It's a wrap. It's a rizzy.
And the crazy thing is about it, because like I said, when I say he went through the roof, it's crazy. And I'm like, but my nigga, y'all are literally, him and her are literally on fucking Twitter talking about how you gave her head. It's the same fucking thing. He like, no, it's not the same. So yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't understand why dudes think that it's different. Head is head. I don't understand it.
It's different.
It's not.
You had a cock in your mouth. I just did this.
You had your tongue in somebody's pussy.
No. It's a little less work It's a little less work. I'm just. You're like. Oh wait. You were like. I forgot details. Anyway.
I was not like that, but I don't know what he's. I know what he's talking about in a sense, but I don't know what he's talking about.
So go
on. But that's funny.
That be them times when the nigga asks, was he better than me? Is it bigger than me? Is it this? Is it that? Like, most niggas, if you know your shit ass and weak and whatnot, do not ask that shit and set yourself up for failure. All right? Side note.
Yeah, don't do that. Even females, don't do that. You get your feelings hurt. Don't do that. So,
unless you're me.
I've hurt his feelings before too. But
not with that.
Huh?
Continue.
Not with what?
Continue.
Anyway, so it's about to go left. Cause I don't know what you're talking about. So, anyway, that went whatever. So then he go, we arguing about that a little bit. Then he's like, well, I want to try to work it out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I'm confused. Like, you didn't want me the other day. Now you want me because you heard I don't understand. I don't get it. But,
see what that mouth do.
And I didn't do that either. So yeah, he asked how it was, and I'm like, well, he said it was okay. I guess like I don't really know what I'm doing.
That's when she had her friend teaching her how to do it.
Nobody taught me
teaching
anything.
You on the banana.
No.
Yeah, nigga. No. She had that Haitian sensation.
That's lying. You're lying.
I'm lying. Yeah. Oh, you didn't tell me that? All right.
I didn't tell you anything about a banana.
Yeah. Oh, no, not a banana, but about teaching you, yeah.
They weren't teaching me. They were just giving me tips. Not necessarily teaching me.
Teaching.
No, they were giving me tips.
Teaching.
Just pretty much try certain things or whatever, and that was it. I mean, whatever. It's what you should want you want all your friends to be good at what they do. Okay? So, I guess. I mean, hey. So anyway, it is what it is. So we actually was like, we're gonna try to work it out. So I expect him to tell the girl, when he did, I guess he did, I'm gonna try to work it out at home, blah, blah, blah. She's upset. Rightfully so. I understand. And
I was confuzzled.
He was very confused. And I told him, and he was upset, but he understood. And, it literally we were trying to work it out for 2 days. We were very confused. Pretty much at this point, it was all left up to me to make the decision, and I needed time to think. Meanwhile, we're laying in the same bed, doing all the things that couples do, and more than once a day, and all this other crap. It just is a lot. And, after the 2 days were up, and I was just like, you know what? I really feel like we should just go our separate ways. And he was like, okay, all right. I said, I think that you have, something with her. And, look, I'm being nice. I think that you could have something with her, and I could possibly have something with him, and I think we should try it out. And, this relationship that me and him have, it was very toxic at that time. Very, very toxic. So we just was like, maybe we should just go ahead and try and do some other things. So that's what we did, and that only took about a week after that. And he was very confused, but it was crazy because we ended up actually getting closer because of it. I guess because of my response. We started
establishing a little friendship and shit. We were best friends.
It was so weird.
Then that's when we started discussing details of all of this shit. Oh, how was that? Oh, did you like that stroke? Did you like that?
Honestly, I regret asking any questions. I really do. I saw enough on Twitter, so I regretted all the other questions, and I regretted all the answers I gave too, because I feel like we just should have kept that secret. That's just how I feel. I don't know about him, but that's just how I feel. I feel like it just shouldn't have even been out. Is what it is. Yeah, so, you know, like I said, I just, you know, whatever. We were just like, okay, we're just gonna do this. And so we did, and like I said, we got closer, you know, we started talking, and he was still confused because he kind of clinged on to me once I gave the response that I gave.
I was going back and forth. That shit was crazy. Like, I was 1 minute I was here with her, the next I was here with her, and then like, oh no, but I want you. No, but I want you. No, but I need you. No, but I.
It was crazy because, like I said, we literally after I said, you know, okay, maybe we should just go our separate ways. He hit her up and told her, and she wanted a little confirmation, I guess, like from me that I was actually done, and I was just not. You know, I made that choice or whatever. And me being nice, I told her, she called me. He called me, asked me if I would talk to her, and I said, fine. I talked to her. I told her, you know, I do feel like y'all, you know, should try to work whatever out. You can do whatever you want. And she was already hurt because he was confused, and I guess they had gotten deeper to her than she thought or whatever already beforehand, before she knew anything. So, you know, I understood that. So, you know, I was like, you know, at the end of the day, he's a good father. I just want to co-parent. It is what it is. Father's Day was coming up, and I even invited her to the. I think she got a little upset because
about the dinner.
Because I said, you know, him being the father of my child, I at least wanted to spend time with him, and she was a baby, so, you know, at least have our little family time or whatever. At the end of the day, we still live together. We still are a family, no matter what. I still say that to this day. We are a family no matter what. We have to work on communication, whether we're together, whether we're not, because we have kids. So that was my thing. My thing was I just refused to be a bitter baby mama. I don't understand how.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, I don't understand how women, as much as I disliked him and I got mad at him or whatever, I never turned around and tried to, you know, flip it with the child and all that. I don't believe in that. I can't be that.
She'd go missing.
That's not because I know.
You know you'd go missing, and you ain't even have to worry about me doing it.
First of all, that's not why. I just refuse, like I said, to be a bitter baby mama. I don't agree.
She had her tendencies.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
You did.
Not with my child. I've never done that to you.
I'm not talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not talking about nothing big. Saying, "Oh, you can't see baby," or no. You've been bitter. You've done your bitter shit.
Being a bitter hurt woman is different from being a bitter baby mama. Okay. No. It's different. Yes, it is.
It's different in certain instances, but in certain instances, you did act a little funny when it came to us and everything, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I don't agree or remember, but okay.
She never remembers the bad shit when I bring it up.
If you bring it up, then it's fine. I'm not lying. Like,
you see when her voice get all high and shit? That's
yeah, when because she always try to be funny when you. She never remembers it. No, if you bring it up, I remember it. If I don't remember, then I genuinely remember. I'm not gonna sit up here and play. Like, it is what it is. I'm gonna smack the shit out of him. So, you know, we she got a little upset about that. So I even invited her, which I didn't have to, but I invited her and whatever. And, you know, it was what it is. So, like I said, me and him ended up getting closer. We started talking more. And he still would tell me he was confused. And he was, like, really shocked at, like, my response to everything. Because I guess he thought I was just going to go crazy. And I didn't,
like, you know. Typical Puerto Ricans.
But I didn't or whatever. And, you know, he was just really shocked. And I think that kind of, like, made him love me more a little bit, because he was like, you know, he's really shocked about it, and we just started talking a lot, and we would be in the house, even though he was like, we even had an agreement, which was crazy. Like,
she even offered to, she was like, oh, well, y'all need to go out, y'all need some time alone, y'all need to do this. I watch the kids, I take your kid too. Hey,
no, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. No, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did. You did. You did. I could call her on the phone right now and she'll agree to that.
I don't remember that.
You did say that too. He was like, oh, I'll take the kids and watch them, and y'all can go out and whatnot. Yeah.
I don't recall that at all. Ever.
Oh yeah, I recall that because that was something that was like, what? The word? I
don't recall that.
You can say you don't recall it as much as you want.
Mm-mm. I don't agree with that, but because I know how
you'll be the only one, and like I
know how I felt. When I say I know how I felt when it came to kids. I remember
when you said that.
I didn't want my child around her. It had nothing to do with so that I don't remember at all. I didn't want my child around her for a very long time because I just my child didn't need to
around her kid.
I didn't care. It didn't matter about her.
That's what we're talking about. The kids,
but
man. What the hell are you talking about?
Her.
No, you wouldn't if you're suggesting that you would watch the kids for us to go out and vice versa. Do you not understand that?
I don't recall me.
It had nothing to do with the kid being around her. It had something to do with, hey, we're gonna drop the kids off. We're gonna go do this or do that. And you did. You're right. You didn't, but you knew about her. You knew about the child, and you said Erica. Oh my God! All right, fast forward past this, cause I like I said, I can make a phone call and we can say and we can know the entire truth right now.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Just say you don't remember. Don't say I didn't say that or I didn't this.
Because I know how I felt, so I don't. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If I did, maybe it was just trying to be nice. Who knows?
And that's the point.
But I don't.
That's what you were doing, and I knew it was a little facade. I was just trying to be nice. That's exactly what you was doing.
Maybe I was just trying to be nice.
You just saying shit just to say it, make it look like you was so happy and you're good and
I was
and all of that other shit.
I was good.
You was?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But
if you was good, you wouldn't be here.
I guess you have a point. But it was what it is. Shut up. So we were getting closer. We would talk, and we would actually have conversations. Usually we would have conversations in the car or nothing. We would just listen to music and keep it moving. But we would have conversations. We were, in the house. He would, start to be nicer and want me to sit on his lap and I really love you. And I'm like, well, you got her, okay? So just, continue with that. Okay, he was trying to get me.
I got her a couple times.
No, not at that time. No, not at that time. Because I remember that.
No, I remember that because you were late. You were in the other room in the kids' room, and I snuck in there a couple times.
No.
Okay.
Not
see, you see how women's memory just all of a sudden fades away. It just fades away when you bring up something and it get your ass out of here.
I'm telling you, I remember at that time because he did try to get me a couple times after he spent the night at her house and then came over to the house and then still wanted to sleep with me.
No, because that was in the morning. I remember a couple mornings. So let's get your facts straight.
So no,
let's get your facts straight.
Trust me. If he was staying the night at her house, we were not doing anything. Okay? So that wasn't happening. So it wasn't. So then eventually he spent the night at our house and she looked at his phone, which she shouldn't have done.
Y'all motherfuckers and looking in phones.
She shouldn't have done because they weren't a couple, they weren't official or anything. They were just dating. So I don't think she should have done that. But she did, and she ended up finding out that on those 2 days that we were trying to work it out, that we had slept together, and she was highly upset about it. And when I recall, she said to you she wanted to punch you in the face. So
she was kind of evil.
She was highly upset, and I was like, okay. So me and him talked about it. He was like, she found out about this and she's upset, blah blah blah. I think he asked me to talk to her. Then again, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, he did. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so I think I did talk to her, and so it was just those 2 days, and that was it. We were. I don't think I called it a mistake, but I said
something like that.
No, I didn't say it was a mistake because even after me and him talked, I asked him, should I tell him? Now that she knows, I might as well just tell him too, right? So, because I did end up talking to him again. So, he was like,
him downstairs.
He was like, yeah, I think you should tell him. So, like, yeah, I think you should tell him. So I was like, okay, I'll tell him or whatever. So even though I didn't feel like I had to tell him, because like I said, that's another reason why I felt like she shouldn't have been upset, because at that time we were trying to work it out and we were, doing a couple of things at that time. Even though it was 2 days, we were doing, those couple of things. So I didn't feel like she should be that upset, but okay, she has a right to feel however she wants to feel. So I did eventually tell him, and he was upset. He wasn't so mad. I think he was just taken aback by it because we were on a, really.
Because y'all was boning.
No, because we were on a good, good tip. He was, like I said, he's very sweet. He was very sweet. So it was like, we were just we had conversations. We were really, really just close. That's it. Like friends or whatever. Close. Building a friendship. So because I didn't tell him that, he kind of was like, what? So when I finally told him.
That was his reaction.
No. He's so stupid. So when I told him, he was like, he was upset and he wanted to meet me right away. I remember that he wanted to meet me right away. So
right this instant.
We were at that time when me and him talked about it, we were at his father's house. So once we left, I think we were picking up the baby. Once we left, I told him that I told Rob that I told him, and I told him that he wanted to meet me right away, and Rob was like, okay, go ahead, and I know how this gonna get, and hopefully with this. I think this is his words. I don't remember. Like, hopefully he's not too much of a bitch, and he shouldn't get that mad because we were not together. I mean, we were trying to work it out at the time, and I was like, yeah, exactly. I hope he's not. So it is what it is, huh?
Sound pretty blunt.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, we'll see what happens. So I went to meet him right away, and we talked about it, and of course, trust and this and that and the third and the whatever. And I was like, okay,
okay, daddy.
I didn't say daddy, but he said, okay. Anyway, so that we were actually just still living together, and we were actually close, as opposed to when we first started this story, we were just like miles apart, even though we lived together. But now we're actually close. We were actually building a friendship, being better parents, and just doing everything or whatever that, we were supposed to do. But at the same time, we were both tempted to still be with each other.
Estranged.
Yeah, estranged, but still tempted to still be with each other.
Tempted to touch.
On multiple occasions.
I like what I think so much. Tempted to touch.
On multiple accounts, Rob would try and touch me.
I succeeded.
Not all the time.
Most of the time.
No, not most of the time. Sometimes he succeeded.
Most of the time.
If I wasn't dating the guy, because at this I believe we ended up stopped dating because it just was.
While they were dating.
No.
Yeah, it happened.
I knew what happened. What was it, Memorial Day? Or I think it was Memorial Day at my family house. And Rob had an epiphany, okay? So I remember this is when he decided that.
I had a lot of epiphanies.
He did, but when I say he had a whole big epiphany, he had a whole big epiphany. Why? Because
I'm everything you like. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. Don't wanna fuss and fight. Just wanna hold you tight. Just meet me in the middle and everything will be alright. Let me live in the world.